These people over here who are just pulling up right now, they're already at their destination for the day. And we haven't left. We're really bad at getting an early start. Always have been, always will be. Non-apologetic about it. Just the way it is. I mean, we do have to get a good amount of distance under us today because everything is closed. I mean, even at this place, this is one of the free French RV stops, camper stops. They call them airs. And it's new, actually. It's a really nice one, except last night it got below freezing. The low was like 28 or 29 Fahrenheit last night. So wisely, they covered up and shut off their water. So we haven't been able to fill up our water for a couple of days now, which is fine. We can go a couple more days, but we do need a shower. So, and it's tough to find a place with hot water when even cold water is not available. So there is this one place we've stayed at a couple times, sort of near the Normandy coast, and it's a little bit out of the way. If we were going to go straight to Zeebrugge, the closest way would be to drive basically from here. It'll be right through Paris, which we don't want to do. That's going to be a lot of traffic going through Paris, and I don't want to deal with that. So for an extra 50 miles, we can go around and we can go to that little camp spot that we've camped at before a couple times. And we know they have nice showers. We know they have, you know, a good place for us to stay, at least for one night. We do have time though. I think depending on when our shipping situation goes, there is an update with our shipping options, and I'll let you guys know about it a little bit later. But basically is we reached out to another shipping agent, and they've given us another option which we're going to explore. Not exactly sure if we're going to go with it yet, but we will explore it. We will do our due diligence to make sure that we're choosing the right shipping company that gives us the best schedule. Pricing at this point is just what it is. It's roughly 25% more now than it was 3.5 years ago. So that is just a fact of the global economy right now. So roughly it'll come out to about $4,000. And I think last time we were just shy of maybe 3,000. So I guess it's really more like 33%, depending on how you look at it, right? Because $1,000 more than 3,000 is 33%, but 1,000 less than 4,000 is 25% less. So that's the range we're looking at cost-wise. But yeah, we got about a 200-mile drive today, and we're taking local roads, so we're not gonna be going too fast. Twin, there's a dog. There's a dog outside. Toby, that's why you're in here? Because the dog? Yeah, I know. So, today, officially, socks came back on. Shoes came back on. I've had to wear pants for the last maybe a week now. But back in winter mode, usually this transition only happens once a year. Like we go from fall to winter. At least in Europe, we've had to do this transition. In the US, we have been really lucky with staying in shorts and flip-flops year round. But really hard to do that in Europe. So usually in spring, late spring, maybe like April or something, we're able to go to shorts and flip-flops and not switch back until like October, November. But yeah, because we drove from the bottom of Spain and Portugal now to the middle of France at the beginning of March, it is cold again. I'm sure the locals are like, it's starting to warm up. Great, because it's 29 degrees Fahrenheit last night.
That was a weird French accent.
It was not a French accent. It was a French guy doing an American accent. But below freezing. First time below freezing since we left Croatia, maybe. Maybe it was below freezing once in Italy. But as we started to leave Italy in the south of France and then down into Spain, we've had warmer and warmer weather. And now, it's also because today is cloudless. There's no weather of any kind. So clouds usually kind of insulate the warmth from the sun. So when there are clouds, it's a little bit warmer. But today is totally clear, which is good for solar, but bad for temps. But it does seem like clouds are coming back later today or tomorrow. So we will have slightly warmer temps again. I don't know if those temps are here to stay or if they will disappear and get cold again. But we're going to leave. We got about 200 miles to drive today. And it's already 12:30, so we won't get there at the earliest until like 5 or 6 o'clock, according to Google Maps. It'll probably be more like 6 o'clock. So like I was saying earlier, I'm going to give you guys an update on the shipping. We reached out to another shipper. Actually, it's the same shipper that we used the first time around. It's tricky because where you ship from and where you ship to, you have to talk to a different agent. So when we came here, we talked to somebody on the Baltimore side, and that was our shipping agent. If you went to our website, mollymich.com, and search for our Shipping to Europe blog post, you'll get her information. And she can handle the trip going from North America to Europe. But to go back the other way, you have to use a person here. So we contacted the person who received our shipment on the Belgium side earlier this year when we were first looking to shipping, and we didn't hear back. But it turns out it was just in our spam folder for like weeks. And so we were the jerks that didn't write back to him. So that's when we reached out to this other company who we've been dealing with that had these delays. And they told us that there are no boats, earlier boats. There's no room in the earlier boats. There's nothing they can do. We just have to stick with our boat. So we decided to reach out to this other guy that we didn't respond to in the spam folder yesterday. And he was like on the money. He's like responded right away and gave us a list of dates, list of boats, and actually told us there's room for us on a boat that leaves on the 23rd. I don't know if it's different boats that our other shipping agent doesn't have access to, or if the other shipping agent just didn't want to bother with rescheduling us. Either way, we're pretty sure we're going to try to get on this earlier boat. So rather than having to be delayed until the 29th, we're going to try to get on this boat that leaves on the 23rd. Same route, Zeebrugge to Baltimore, 6 days earlier. That means we can still take our flight on the 21st. We don't have to reschedule that flight. And I mean, we could reschedule the flight actually. If we can reschedule the flight, that'll still be okay, because then we can make sure that the boat actually sails before we get on the plane. Yeah. And then we'll have less time on the other end to like schedule Airbnbs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a direct ship. It's from our port to Baltimore. So there's no extra stops like all the other ships. So it's
10 days.
10 days versus 14.
But it could be delayed a little bit. Could end up being more like 14, 15 days. But 10 days at the fastest. Best case scenario, 10 days.
I say we just drop it off a week early and then go see Anne Frank house and just stick to schedule.
Take the same flight
to reschedule, just in case the flight gets pushed. Then we have some buffer like we wanted.
Okay. So with shipping, are we ready? No? Still brushing teeth. With shipping, you don't actually pay anything until the boat leaves. So, we can cancel. I assume we can cancel with no issues. We've never canceled before, but I assume we can just say, hey, you know what, we changed our mind. They don't have any of our like payment records or anything. So, but we do have to make sure that we get confirmation on this boat before we cancel the other one, because otherwise we would be in really deep stuff. So that's the update. That's the update with what's happening. So yeah, we're gonna get everything packed up, ready, and we'll head out of here.